Yoruba, Hausa. But my brother was on the ballot. What I was looking at was not ethnicity or was not religion. I'm a Catholic, a knight, Obi is. By virtue of so many things that joins us together, I should have gone for him. But I was looking at a bigger picture that I think that what I was standing for, or what I'm still standing for, is a better deal. So the issue of religion, ethnicity, tribe, and so on and so forth are just things we are using to deceive ourselves. Let me say this. If this country is revolutionized on industry, IT, and all this, do you think that where you come from
will matter?
Do you think that your religion will play a game where you have a job, your social security is guaranteed, and everything about what makes a nation is there? Do you think that religion will play as much as a bigger role that is playing today than it would have been?
That's a very big question. So, Imam Abdulsemiu, I'm taking the same question to you now. How complex do you think Nigeria is? And oftentimes we amplify the fact that, okay, we are one united country, but are we living by that statement?
Thank you. And thank you for the question. It's a very complex question to answer. The answers are many. Let me start by joining my brother for what he has said earlier. The fact that we are heterogeneous in nature, we are multi-religious, we are multi-ethnic, we are multi-tribal, we are multi-linguistic. You know, everything, we are many. What we really needed to do before now, well, since the amalgamation in 1914, we have been together, especially the Southern and Northern Protectorate. And the fact that we are still here till date is a testimony that we can keep ourselves together as brothers and sisters. Anyway, we've been having challenges, and the challenges are on and on, going off and on like that. But I think we need to renew our template. We need to resolve to be more resolute with ourselves. Remember, the last time we had the national confab, all of these things were trashed out. Unfortunately, most of the resolutions that were presented by people were not really implemented. I think this is one of the best time for us to apply them. Nigeria remains Nigeria.
Correct.
Whether we are of a different tribe or different religion, different tribes, we needed to come up together as one. I think a good example for us to look at is United States of America. America have more than, they are even more multiple in nature than us, because you find other nations seeking their citizenship with America, yet they live together. I've not heard of any religious rancor or any tribal clashes. They live together as one. I think that should be a good example for us to live together. We are not happy with what is happening. The ongoings are very frustrating, I must say. And our children are learning from this every now and then. So I don't know when we want to resolve to live as one nation, devoid of all these problems that we are facing, creating by ourselves.
All right, thank you, Imam. All right, you can go ahead, please.
I think the government has to come in heavily now. The security has been broken, you can see that. And one of the reports we are getting is that there are even some people from other neighboring countries who have infiltrated into our border system. I think you heard about that.
Yeah.
They seize people from Mali, from Niger, and all that. I think even as at yesterday, the federal government had a meeting with the service chiefs across the security architecture of the nation. They must have resolved on some things that we needed to act upon. And this is very important for the nation to go ahead. And so the citizens should support the religious body, our communities, our ethnic organizations, and all that. We remain one. We cannot avoid not being the same thing. And we have to go on like that. I think when you look at the southwest of Nigeria, the Yorubas, of which I am one, and I know my brother from the Igbo land knows this, within the family, you see Christian, Muslim, and they relate together as brothers. Because the blood that joined them still remain there. So can't we experiment this and translate this to action and make us a unified and more glorious nation than what we are experiencing?
Valid question you've raised there, Imam Alkilany, but let me come to you, Prince, now. What do you think are the root causes of ethnic and religious challenges in Nigeria? Let's go back memory lane.
Like I said earlier, I continue to say this, advocate for it, and stand on it, that these factors and vices of religion, ethnicity, and whatever you call it, are just things, I'm sorry to say, leaders are cashing in to keep on doing the wrong thing they are doing. Like you said, when we are growing up, as an Igbo man, as an Hausa man, as a Yoruba man, we stay together. We don't see ourselves from these factors of you are Yoruba, you are Igbo, you are Hausa. We see ourselves as kids growing together, going to school. But the decades within the family sectors and also the system we find ourselves has contributed. Sis, you are an Igbo man, you are an Igbo lady. I'm sorry, he's a Yoruba man. All of us are sitting down in this studio discussing the problems we have as a country. You are not discussing it from the perspective of an Igbo lady. Neither are you asking me a question from the understanding that you're a Yoruba guy. You're asking me a question. You want me to provide a solution to something that is disturbing a whole nation. And that should be the focus. I'm sorry, there is a video trending where, if I should guess, they are not up to 10 years old kids. 5 of them are Muslim, and 1 is a Christian. These little children were forcing the Christian boy to go into the mosque and pray. Where did they get such
orientation?
Orientation. That is falling back on the decades I'm talking about from we the parents, who has left the things that we're supposed to focus on and are focusing on things that are not really important. Like I said, if I am jobless, if I don't have what I'm doing, I'll become an instrument and a tool for destruction. Somebody will teach me something that is not reasonable and I begin to follow. But if, like I said, the last time I came here, I talked about declaring emergency on agriculture across the nation, irrespective of the security challenges that we have here and there. If we are engaged, if we have things that we are doing, I am telling you, this nonsense of you are an Igbo person, you are a Yoruba person, I know to a very large extent these things will also raise their ugly heads. But the major things and the major factors that will tame them and bring them down, if they are in place, I am telling you, you don't see these things, being pronounced as it is. Fine. In the East, let me ask you this question now. In the East, unknown gunmen, people that are killing each other, are they not Igbo people versus Igbo? If you go to the north, if you go to Bruno, the people that are killing, sacking people from the mosque, the churches, are they not also Muslims? Are they not Hausas? Are they not Fulanis? Are you telling me that when they go to a place to kill, they separate Fulani from Hausas? Have you ever seen that happen? They kill everybody, both Hausa, both Fulani, both Igbo. Because the orientation and the things that we need to do, we are not doing it. When we do it, you see these things coming down drastically. That is providing the necessary things that a country should do what? Put in place.
Okay. All right. Imam Alkilany, I'm going to take you to something very, very interesting. Oftentimes, we preach what we don't practice, and recently we had to change our national anthem, and I'll be quoting certain stanzas of the national anthem. So you will now tell me if indeed we are living by what is contained in the national anthem. And so this particular stanza says, Nigeria we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians all, I'm proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign, in peace or battle honored, and these we count as gain to hand on to our children, a banner without stain. Are we actually living up to these as governments, as parents, as religious leaders, as traditional rulers?
As individuals too.
Did you hear my question?
Yeah, I got it. Thank you. That's a very good example of what we need as a national orientation. Our national values are well spelled out in our national anthem, and I think one of the reasons why the new administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu did this is to have a cohesive and more united nation, a nation that we could be proud of as us. Well, we are not. The question you ask is very straightforward. The answer is no. Because if we live by the content and the context of what we just quoted from our national anthem, I don't think we'll be at this level. I don't think we'll be at this situation whereby we'll be running helter-skelter for security and we'll be dealing with insecurity when we have economic chaos already in our hands. And it's continue to multiply in terms of our national challenges. So I think we need to live by example, by what we are really reading out. At every national occasions, we sing this. These are sung out. They played it. We heard it. Are we really living by them? The words that has been quoted in the national anthem. We are not living by it. It's emphatic no. So we need to go back to the drawing board. Our children know all this. They sing it at their schools or whatever, and we deliberately did this so that they can have national orientation about their nation, their motherland. But we, as stakeholders in different strata of the society, we need to incorporate this to know that within ourselves, there is no implosion within the system, talk less of explosion from outside. We need to be more cohesive, more united. And I think one of the reasons that could have even occasioned all this, perhaps maybe our national resources are not well distributed. Maybe there is no enough sensitization and information about unity and cohesiveness of a nation. Maybe our leaders and the led, maybe we have failed in some areas, even from our family training upward, like what my brother said, that we all live together, we grow up together. In those days, I can take care of your children, you can take care of my children. We are all living in our guided gates now, even we as Imam, as pastors, as whatever. Nobody care about the other person. So we need to live by examples and see that we are more united than ever before. We need this. That is my just simple submission on that.
All right, Imam, I know that we are... You want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to say something.
Okay.
What I wanted to say, or what I'm saying is that, yes, we've seen these things as vices that are drawing the nation back. And the question I think my brother was asking is, how do we begin to address them and see that we reduce? We start from the family concept first. Like I raised an issue that 10-year-old kids was forcing their friend to go into a mosque to pray. Either they've seen their parents doing such a thing, or they are told, or they are being, coerced to do that. So my first place of addressing this issue is from the home.
Family setting.
Family setting. Our family setting and our family orientation should begin to change. We that are adults, parents that can read what my brother just read now, though tongues and tribe may differ, but in brotherhood we stand. If we can start from the home sector and say, hey guys, you are my children. When you see a Yoruba person out there, don't see him or her as a Yoruba person. See him or her as a human being.
As a Nigerian.
As a Nigerian. First, as a human being. Secondly, as what? A Nigerian. Then, every other thing you want to do to that human being, which is the first thing I've talked about, we now justify the Nigerian or whatever nation he comes from. But once you don't do that from the home setting, then from the home to the school, from the school to now the churches, the mosque, and
the society at large.
yes, where we are being indoctrinated either wrongly or rightly. So if we begin from those steps, you see that the orientation will do what? We begin to change. Leaders that are not doing the right thing, hello, my love, if your husband is doing the wrong thing, and you as the wife, you are not telling him, man, this thing you are doing is wrong, do you think he will change? He will continue to do it. There's a flyer going around where the Senegalese, this young man that was elected the Senegalese president said, don't hang my picture in your office. Hang your picture and that of your family. That anytime you want to steal, you look at that picture and say, will I like them to classify me as a thief in this office? Don't you see that he's beginning to set a setting that can change an orientation? So that is what I think that we should start doing.
All right,
All right, Joe, before your next question, rather, I'm aware that we need to go on a short break at this moment. We'll be back shortly. We may have to end our conversation now because of the need for us to join our crew at the present right inside the Secretariat allows us here for the live transmission of the annual ministerial press briefing. We must appeal, and of course, thank you very much, Prince Kelvin, Nwaoha, politician and social commentator, for coming to give us your perspective on this very interesting topic on the program today. And of course, Imam Abdulsemiu Alkilany, Chief Imam and Head of Islamic Affairs, Islamic Education and Faith Initiative. We also thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right, that's the show today. Like they both said, we should always see ourselves as brothers and sisters, irrespective of our religious or ethnic differences. Majibola Ojeshola. Do remember to join us again tomorrow at 10.
I am Joy Ulu. Enjoy the rest of it.